Hello members, ACX here. It's Sunday. We're looking into a new week now. We're super excited to come into this week. Some good opportunities should be arising in both crypto and foreign exchange. We've got 5 minutes here till the foreign exchange open. It's the 7th of July 2019, so we're looking for the week ahead here. Last week we had a bit of a scrappy week with foreign exchange, but we picked up 12R on Bitcoin. So let's just pick us up 7R for the week. So it was a bit of a weird week for us, but we managed to pull off some profits. So that's what you got to do when you're having a bad week. Just still grind it out and still try and get some profit. And if you don't get the profit, at least just try and break even. So we managed to do that. And as you can see here, I'll start off with the Bitcoin chart as it's already open, but this weekly level still we're below it. So today's going to be an interesting to see where we close this week. If we close below this, I'm still kind of bearish back down to this level until we test out this 9,000 area, 9,100, and I will be looking for shorts, and we are currently still in a short. I'll show you the reason for this. As you can see here, we did open our original short. It was, so you had this kind of Kasimodo reclaim here, right around this area. And we took our original short right here without the wicks included. So if I show you this without the wicks, we took it around about this area here, and we broke out, and then we've just done a sharp close below, breaking market structure of this swing low. So all this area now is kind of, we're seeing this as a short play, especially with this. We just wicked up to that area again. We had this weird price action. It's been a bit of a chop, but the thing is here, we're chopping into this resistance area. So if we do break this resistance area, it's probably going to go steep. So do not over leverage on this at all, because if you do, and we do get a big pump from this consolidation, you will get liquidated, and you do not want that. But as you can see here, price, we had this 30-minute divergence. We didn't really get it on the RSI, but you can see just where it broke above. And if you do it on the line chart, obviously that was the high here. And that was the high, so we did get the divergence, plus the Kasimodo here where we've broken market structure. That previous swing low, prices close below. Now, when you're looking for Kasimodos, make sure you look for the candle close. If it just wicks below this low here, just say you wicked below here and didn't actually close, then you're still bullish, right? But as you can see, we've closed and then we broke back above. And we've retested this area now, so we're still in this Kasimodo region, right below this weekly support level, resistance level, sorry. And you can see here, you've done this little SFP, which it's tried to break new highs, and it hasn't. It's closed below 2 candles, so it's just taken all those stops. And as you can see here, it's bounced off this little support area. This is what I'm saying, a Kasimodo, if it actually just held the candle like that, it's not a Kasimodo. The Kasimodo has to close below, so if not, it's still a continuation pattern. So we are taking a bit of a risk here, but we have added to the position right up here. So my average is about, what was my average? 11.5. 11.540. So we are currently just a little bit of profit, but we're looking for this to break down. With all this chop, you're back at this range high again. So maybe looking for the first move back down to this area here, the 10.770. And then, like I said, looking on the longer term swing perspective, trying to get down to those 9.1s. The altcoin market cap dominance chart, as you can see here, Ed could pick for this one. It was triple bottom, and we managed to get a bounce. So we've seen some relief on some altcoins at the moment. Obviously, you have to keep an eye on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin fails here, we should get a test up to this 39 area. So a continuation in altcoins, which would be very good for some quick plays. If you rather not play the altcoins, then you can just short Bitcoin on BitMEX or whatever platform you desire to. But for me, I like to get involved in some altcoins as well. They've been beaten up so badly recently, and you get some really nice reclaim setups that we talk about in the video series. So keep an eye on that. Sorry, one moment. So let's have a look at foreign exchange for this weekend. This week we'll remove the volume, not needed. And we'll get some fresh charts up here. So as you can see here, Australian Canadian dollar. Let me just remove all these flags. This is the easiest way to do it. So as you can see, we're getting this double bottom here on the Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. Right in this area. And you're kind of getting this higher low on the RSI at the moment, but I don't think it's quite ready yet. On the 4 hour, it's still looking quite messy. We did have a little divergence here, both from the RSI and the MACD, but it's very, very messy, like I said, and it was quite wide. So for the moment, that's not looking like the best option. Here on Australian dollar to Japanese yen, we was looking now at these areas, and obviously on the daily we're testing this swing higher point again, and it's closed back below. So there's not really much going on there. Australia New Zealand dollar. Let's try to make a break for it. You could get a potential breakout here, depending. That looks like a 50% retracement, maybe a 61.4. So you might be able to get a continuation pattern on this, but not much really going on with that either. The Australian pair's not giving us the greatest of setups. As you see here, Australian dollar, US dollar. You had this RSI and MACD daily divergence, but you've got this resistance area here now. So maybe it's been beaten up quite a lot. But as you can see here on the daily, you failed in this area, so we've kind of missed a little reclaim here. Maybe it was Kasimodo, but you did have the divergences here, both on the RSI and the MACD, and you're on the 4 hour chart here, so you kind of missed that little reclaim here, and it's broken down, but we'll keep an eye on it during the week. Sorry, I was actually on the weekly chart and I didn't even realise. So with the Australian dollar to Japanese yen, you're just right into this consolidation area here, so you want to kind of wait for a setup to actually arise, but a pullback down to this area, it's kind of just about retested that area right around here, and you haven't actually got a reclaim yet. So if we do get a reclaim back to this area, I will be looking to see if we can get a continuation, but it will literally only be back to the highs for the start. It will just be literally taken along from here, stop here, first target here, and then we'll see what happens, but it'll probably likely get rejected from this area again, but nonetheless we'll keep an eye on it. And the market has opened now, so we should be seeing some gaps. CAD to Japanese yen, I was looking for a reclaim of this area. It doesn't look like we're going to get it. The reason why, and I'm going to make an extensive video on this, is I haven't actually done too many videos on continuation patterns, but as you can see on the left here, you can see these swing high points. So you just mark the swing high points, and we've come in and tested that. We've done a retest on that swing high point, which was right here. And then, as you can see, I've done some drawings about this in the chat as well, but you're looking for a reclaim after it bounces off that level. So you either get a reclaim, so it bounces on that level dead, and then comes up and reclaims that previous swing low, or before, like I said, you'll get the swing low come in like that, bounce, not reclaim anything, break down again, and then come up and reclaim. Now if you get a Kasimodo, that breaks that previous swing point there, and then you come back down and retest. That's even stronger, and we'll just take it along from there. And we've done that with Ethereum this week. We had a really good play on that, but that is the area that we would get to look for. But we didn't get this pullback on the Canadian dollar to Japanese yen, so we're gonna actually just let that one go. Nothing to flag up on that. Maybe we'll get some opportunities later on in the week. Here with the Euro Australian dollar, this is another one of those continuation patterns, and as you can see here, you see this swing low point that I've drawn out here, right here. So this was you had the swing high, pullback, breakout, and then you had this swing low point, and then it broke to new highs. So this is actually support here on the daily, and as you can see here, you had this tap on it, and then you broke briefly below it. Literally what I was just saying on the previous chart, when you break below that, and then as you can see, it's shot back up, and you've actually reclaimed that area, but we did miss that setup. So what we're looking for now is, like I said, what we've just been looking at. This is a breakout spot, and you've just dipped exactly like I showed you here with the line chart. So remember, if that is the support, which is this area here, you come down. Oh shit. So we've come down to the support, done a little bounce, broke down below, broke up again now. It looks like we're retesting that swing high. And if we get a pullback here, we're along that area. So as you can see, this is the area. This matches this area, the swing low. We get a bounce, a drop below that swing high point. And now if we get a reclaim back to this area here, we'll take the long and aim for first high. And then we'll start looking for some more daily levels. So this level here, the 1.6195. So we get some low risk entries if we get the pullback right down here. Literally a stop will be below this previous low right here. So our stop losses would just be about this area here, and we'll be targeting, you know, we could potentially get up to this swing low on the daily around about this area here. So you can see the risk to reward would be absolutely huge. If we get from here, stop loss here, below the low, and we can target that area right here. So you know you can get a 9.11, and that's what I mean with you when you actually start looking into this strategy more, you're going to get more and more confident. And that's what I say about journaling, especially when you're at your start, because that just builds the confidence for you guys. But that's the thing, if you lose 2 or 3 in a row, don't worry, because it's trading, and we offer high reward setup. So look, you can win 9R on this, you can lose 9 trades in a row after that and still be up 0.11. So it's getting comfortable and knowing the long game, and these setups, the low risk, high reward setups, and that's what really makes our account grow. We hit a trade last week in the dollar CAD, and that literally put us up 6R. It's a bit of a risky one, and the Euro Great British Pound, I'm going to show you that in a second. But that's also offering potentially a really, really good risk to reward setup, which could actually just grow the account hugely. And they're the trades that really are the account growers, the home runs. We're looking at the Euro CAD here. See this area now? We've moved down. So that's the previous swing low point right there, guys. As you can see, the 4 hour is currently producing a higher low while price is doing a lower low, breaking to new lows. RSI is still printing a higher low, so we've got to set an alert just here. If we break above this, this will be our long setup. We do have Canadian news during the week, but not too much volatility from the Euro part. So what we'll be looking for, break above, retest, up we go. That will be your long right here. And don't worry guys, if this is a bit too much, remember I'm always in the chat room, so I will keep you updated. Now Euro CAD, Great British Pound, this is the one we was looking at. And as you can see here, this RSI and the MACD has just been diverging on the daily. And we've just pulled ourselves up to this huge, huge level. But every time we come in here, it's like a pivot and it just gets rejected. It's a 3-day chart that showed it a bit clearer. As you can see, look, a tap, 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 tap. You tapped into it, broke up, held, broke back below. And now you're back into this area again, where you're just wicking into it and you're so extended. So what we're actually looking for now is, we'll go to the 4 hour. You can see we had this like little Kasimodo. So we've had the 4 hour divergence right here. And we broke up and we had this sharp move below, taking out these swing low points here, and they've closed below. And then what you've done is you actually come up to retest. This is where you normally put the stops below the higher, would have been safe. I took this entry right here and I've just about got away with it. It was a bit tight. But as you can see the Kasimodo level here, and you've just been rinsing around it, and it's looking like it's going to go lower. But the first target would be around this area, guys. And then down here, the risk to reward a 9 again. So imagine if you just get those 2 wins that I told you about, the 2 9Rs, you're up 18R. So if you put £1,000 on each trade, if that's your risk of £1,000 per trade, you just made 18 grand, and then you can lose 18 trades in a row and still be break even. So don't worry about losses. Get that out your mindset, because that will affect your trading. It will start making you doubt yourself. So be confident, be comfortable, start journaling, know your stats. That is hopefully going to be a big play for us this week, the Euro Great British Pound. Euro Japanese yen just kind of consolidating about. Okay, the Great British Pound versus the Australian dollar. Remember that reclaim setup I was telling you about? So you just broke out this area. You haven't really got no 4-hour divergences, but I believe we had 1 hour. And this went back to a big 3-day support level. So as you can see here, you've broken out of this area. And you've had this double bottom. You've had the higher lows on the MACD and the RSI. So you've broken out above. You've held. And like I showed you just previously, a couple of charts ago, we've broke back below. So if we get down to this area, that will be a long. But as you can see now, we've broken and made a new breakout. So you were holding it currently. If we do that setup where we break down below and then come up and reclaim, and we start targeting this area here, low risk from here, stop below whatever that low is, and target this area here. So another good play here on the Great British Pound to Australian dollar. Great British Pound to Canadian dollar, as you can see, probably going to diverge here, RSI as well. Daily super oversold, producing at 18, and this is actually strong support level as well on the daily, 3-day and weekly. It's huge level. So we're going to see if we can get a reclaim back into this area and take longs off this area here, the 1619. We'll start targeting, you know, there's some big key levels. Look at this sell off here. Even it came and retested this area right here. You know, very good risk to reward. Great British Pound, Japanese Yen. It's got this huge daily resistance right above us. So we want to see a break above that on the 4-hour. If we can get above this and then reclaim and hold this level, it'll be good for us. As you can see, daily divergence here and the MACD. Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar. Also attacking this point here. Swing low. So oversold on the daily, 4-hour MACD and RSI divergence. If we can get a pullback to this area, so you see this last swing low right here is matched up right here on the daily. So we've had this, it's been holding, and then we ended up breaking above it. It's had a good move. So any pullback down to this area now, for me, look, everything's perfect here. The 4 hours perfect. The RSI, MACD bullish. You've had this retest here and it's held, rejected, then broke above. Good strong move. So not only do you have the pullback here to the previous reclaim level, but it's a breakout spot as well. It might potentially just dip and then do that reclaim again. You could add to that if you see that. That's extra confirmation. The RSI oversold coming out of that area now. So Great British Pound to New Zealand dollar, that could be a very nice setup if we do get the pullback this week. Here, the Great British Pound, US dollar. MACD diverging. It's just taking out these stops off these lows right here into this large daily and weekly support. MACD is diverging, creating high lows. So is the RSI, while price has broken and taken the lows. But no real setup just yet, in case we kind of need to get back over this level. You could play where it's taking the stops. It's kind of like an SFP, but rather a bit more confirmation than that, especially where we've got some other pound setups that will be willing to take. So New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. It briefly broke above this swing high point, and there was another one here, and it's just taken the stops and it's just closed back below. A reclaim, that was kind of the reclaim level right here, as you can see, when it got back below. But there's no real trade on that at the moment. The only real trade would be if we broke below this level now, which was this daily swing low point. If we break below it, maybe touch this area here, which is showing support, and then break above it for a reclaim, we can take us a long targeting. The first target would be the the recent swing higher point right here, and then we could go and try and attack this 73.65 level. No news on it this week, so no high volatility news, so it's good. You know, you're safe. It's just purely technical this week, but what we're looking for is something like this to break down here, come up, retest this area, and we'll start targeting that area. Take a long from here, stops below here. First target, maybe take 33% off, 5.59, and then we'll target this area here, and this will give us a really good risk to reward. I was looking for a setup here, another to give me an entry, and it didn't really give it to me, and then it ended up giving it to me here, where you had this little sideways candle, it broke up, and then it's reclaimed, but we completely missed that one on the Kiwi to Japanese yen. US dollar CAD. You got this little RSI divergence here, oversold. 4 hour, you got a triple MACD divergence. RSI is diverging. So what are we looking for? It's this area right here. Reclaim me back to this area. I'll be happy to hit longs. Super low risk. Super low risk. Imagine taking a long here with your stop just here, where you're targeting this swing higher point here. Go for this swing higher. Super low risk, high reward setups. That's what we look for. So looking back at this trade from a couple of weeks ago in the group, caught the bottom exactly on this Fibonacci extension. We took it out for 5.81. Look at that. We held the position. Whew. But at the moment, you know, you're going to test this resistance point here. Look, you can see this top, so it might just take the highs. You might get a divergence, and if it does that, you know, we might be looking for a reclaim back lower. It was super oversold, but it's come above that now, so we'll see. And oil. Sad that we missed this trade. As you can see here, it just took out this swing high point on the daily, and you closed back below it. And then what actually happened, you can see this double tap breakout, it just fakes out, comes back below, rejects, and it's just sold off here. So we could potentially be looking for sell-offs intraday here. So what we'll be looking for, these support areas, right, it's made a Kasimodo now, it's broken its swing low, so potentially get all the way up to that area and do some kind of failure like that. We'll take a short, or it could fail from here, or it could come down, up, down like that, and we could take a short from there. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. So that is oil. So this was what we was playing. I'm going to make a video this week about this. It's these continuation patterns, and I posted this. Let me get off this brush tool. So I posted this on my Twitter as well, and I've sent it to you guys, but I will be making another video on this continuation. So you see this area here, you had this breakouts, and you had the breakout spot right here. Now a lot of people would go for the long right here, which did actually work out in this occasion, okay, but like again, this area here, they would have really longed. And then what actually happens is, where you long this area here, where's all your stops going to be? All your stops are going to be here. So you just get stopped out, and then you just see price instantly move against you. So I think they would have a long here, and they would have a sell stop. Now with a sell stop, they need a buyer to take that off them. So it just breaks up above. Kasimodo's takes out that swing low point, and then you've got this reclaim area right here. Look where it touches, and we long this right here. I did sell off about here into this resistance point because it was Kasimodo in on a lower time frame. You can just about see it with the tap there. and it just broke down below this swing point, and it's tapped there and fouled off, but it eventually broke out. And you've got this big support resistance level now, so it potentially probably run to this area. I'm not too sure. We'll have a look at it, but you do have this area here where it's Kasumodo. You can see down, up, straight through, and it's taking out this high point here, so it could foul off right here. I don't really like what Bitcoin's doing at the moment, but that was the entry here, and it's just about the breakout retest. So it's just simple setup. You see the resistance area here, it breaks out, it should be support, it does do its job. Where would you put your stops if you long that right down in this region? Takes out the stops, pumps, reclaims the level, holds, and bang, and it just continues. So that's a continuation pattern, and I will be talking to you more about that this week, another continuation pattern, so we can just get more trading done. But thanks for watching. I hope I made that clear. Regarding these guys, the IEOs, we're back to support here again. It kind of needs to hold. If that holds there and Bitcoin sells off now, that would be good. Potentially add to that and look for a move up higher. You know, you're getting this off this swing low point, and you've reclaimed it. Like I said, that you've got the swing low, you deviated below it, and you held it, and that's why we took the original long. But we just come out with the Bitcoin push. You know, it's just selling off these alts. So at the moment, it's not really the time to buy alts, but make sure you do look, because like I said, look, the altcoin dominance chart. You've had a triple bottom. If Bitcoin fails here, we're going to take a move up to this area here, no doubt. Looking like a good move and a good way to get long on some altcoins, and we can get a move up to this swing higher point. So you get some good room for relief bounce on altcoins. So that's what we're looking for this week. We're looking for some Bitcoin weakness. That would be very nice off this weekly level, as long as you don't pump into the close and close above that weekly resistance level. I'm still liking it as we're trapped below resistance, and I don't mind if it does range. That should also give altcoins some relief. So we'll be looking for altcoin longs this week if Bitcoin can stay below that 11,700 level. And then we had the forex pairs that I mentioned. We'll be keeping an eye on those. Keep your alerts set. Run through the charts. Set the alerts. Set them on a phone device. There's an app called TradingCeptor, which is free, and it's just for forex charts. And you do get Bitcoin charts in there actually as well. But what you can do is you can set all the price alerts as well. So for me, TradingView, I don't know if it's because I'm from England or what, but TradingView don't actually send me text messages when I want to get a price alert from TradingView. So what I do, and actually even when I've got the screen open, TradingView's been having some alert problems. So on your mobile phone, Android, iPhone, whatever you've got, download TradingCeptor, and you can set your price alert. So you can literally just, don't have to be staring at the screen, you won't miss it. Your phone will go off when the price gets to that level, and then you can look and see if you want to make the trade or not. But that is what we're looking for, guys. There should be plenty of opportunities this week. And let's go kill it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, shoot me out. I'll be in the chat. Take it easy.